U.S. Marshal Service, along with local law enforcement, conduct sex offender compliance checks in 3 southern Kentucky counties.
It is a steamy afternoon. A lot of thermometers flirting with 90 degrees. Now we start to talk about the potential for a little weekend thunderstorm action. That's in just a few.
Also ahead in eastern Kentucky, Clerk heads to court to answer to charges he harassed a college student. Find out what happened today in the courtroom.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. For the first time this year, many places have hit 90 degrees. It's a sunny, hot, and humid afternoon across the region. This is a live look at Morehead State University, which hit 90 an hour ago. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking temps. And Chris, Lexington's still not there yet, though.
Yeah, Lexington, one of the areas, Jennifer, seeing a little more cloud cover bubbling up, and that's actually dropped our temperature over the past couple of hours. You can see those clouds that we're talking about on our live sky cam. Notice how Defender is under a shadow. Well, that's from the overcast conditions trying to develop out there. Thus, the temperature in Lexington over the past 2 hours has slowly dropped a few degrees, while some surrounding areas have bubbled up. If you're getting more in the way of sunshine, you're at 90. If you're getting any kind of cloud cover where you live, you're going to be a little bit cooler than that. Mid to upper 80s across much of central and eastern Kentucky, 88 Mount Sterling. The heat, though, same places we were talking about it yesterday. Covington, Frankfort, back to Louisville and into western Kentucky with thermometers that are just above the 90-degree mark. Most of eastern Kentucky below the 90-degree mark. Ironically, or not ironic, but it is the same areas that picked up on a lot of rainfall just a few days ago. So where we have a little more water in the ground, we're getting those temperatures that are noticeably cooler than what areas to our west that missed out on some of the heavier rains a few days ago are seeing. Live First Alert Defender, nothing going on locally, though we're picking up on some of those clouds. Notice how it's kind of hit and miss with the clouds, but eventually we're going to spit out a shower or thunderstorm with some of that stuff. Very isolated this evening as thermometers, Jennifer, drop from the upper 80s into the upper 70s. When I come back in a few minutes, we'll talk about how scattered storms join our summertime muggy party.
Thanks, Chris. It's called Operation High Maintenance. U.S. Marshals and other law enforcement officers spent today tracking down more than 200 sex offenders in Laurel, Pulaski, and Whitley counties. They found all but one of them. WKYT's Sam Smith looks at the results from the operation in our top story at 4.
Law enforcement officials are proud of what they accomplished in Operation High Maintenance and what that'll mean for the 3 counties involved. The operation spanned 3 counties over a 2-day period. U.S. Marshals as well as local law enforcement officers checked on 222 sex offenders. 5 offenders have been charged with violations as a result of the operation. 3 of them were charged with non-compliance. 1 was charged with probation violation, and another was charged with flagrant non-support. The checks are performed all over the state by the U.S. Marshal's Office. They say it's all about making sure the offenders are in line with the conditions of their release.
We go out, we knock on doors, we talk to people. We try to make sure that a registered sex offender is actually residing where they're saying they're residing. We have a few sex offenders who say they're living at one place and actually register at another place, and that's no good. Investigators
also checked to see if the offenders were off social media and weren't living too close to a school. In Whitley County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
18 of the offenders are being investigated for non-compliance. An eastern Kentucky clerk accused of wrongdoing went in front of a judge today. Perry County Clerk Haven King is charged with harassment, wanton endangerment, official misconduct, and several other offenses from an incident in April. King pleaded not guilty today in court. A college student claims he followed her and harassed her over a handicapped license plate on the car she was driving. She recorded the incident on her cell phone. King's attorney says the charges will not stick.
I'm aware a videotape was played early on about some incident. Mr. King did offer to apologize to the young woman for what was reflected in that video. The conduct, while it might be inappropriate, is not necessarily illegal.
A trial date has been set for January 18th. The victim's attorney says she may also file a civil lawsuit against King. Our reporters are working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. An investigation is underway after a man broke into a gas station in southeastern Kentucky. The crime happened last week at Max Filling Station in Laurel County. Now the sheriff's office has released these surveillance pictures of the suspect. Deputies say he got away with cigarettes, lottery tickets, and some other items. Investigators say he also caused a lot of damage to the building when he broke in. We'll have more coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. A Central Kentucky community is stepping up to help a police officer who has dedicated nearly 3 decades of his life to service. Lawrenceburg police officer Kenny Goodlett was first diagnosed with pneumonia. Then the 60-year-old husband, father, and grandfather found out he had several tumors in his body. He's now at the hospital. Coming up on WKYT News at 5:30, we'll show you how the community is honoring Officer Goodlett. And that's a look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. Now to stories making headlines across the nation at 4. An intense manhunt for 2 convicted killers is in its 6th day with several potential new leads. Officials say dogs might have picked up the scent of the fugitives near the prison from where they escaped. Steve Nannis has the latest.
New leads spark fresh hopes that law enforcement officials are closing in on Richard Matt and David Sweat. A New York State official says dogs have picked up a scent 3 miles from the Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora, where they escaped. A source says investigators found a shoe or boot imprint, food wrappers, and a possible location where the men may have slept. More than 500 law enforcement officials have set up a large perimeter and are going door to door.
We're looking underneath every rock, behind every tree, and inside every structure until we catch these 2.
It's like a lockdown, there's helicopters everywhere. It's quite the scene.
A major highway just 5 miles from the prison has been shut down. The mayor of Plattsburgh, New York says he's urging residents to stay alert.
We're telling them to be very vigilant, and they are. We're telling them to be sure that if there's anything unusual that they see, no matter how trivial, to report it to us so that we can follow it up.
The search also includes Vermont. Law enforcement officials received information that the fugitives may have headed there.
We're not going to rest until we get these folks locked back up and people are safe.
Authorities also continue to investigate how these 2 men escaped. A source close to the investigation says this prison employee, Joyce Mitchell, may have planned to pick them up, but backed out at the last minute. Authorities have not charged her with a crime. A source says she is cooperating with officials. I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
A source familiar with the investigation says Joyce Mitchell told investigators one of the prisoners, Richard Matt, made her feel, quote, special. But the source said she did not specifically mention that she was in love. Federal regulators are going after people who raise money online through crowdfunding websites like Kickstarter and GoFundMe, but don't follow through on their promises. In its first case involving crowdfunding, the Federal Trade Commission announced it has settled the case of a man who raised $122,000 through Kickstarter to produce a board game. The man canceled the project and said he would refund the donations, but investigators say instead he used the money to pay his rent and move. He's been ordered to repay all the money. He says he doesn't have any.